Justice is meant to be a fortress, a place of reason, evidence, and certainty. But what happens when the very tools we trust to build that fortress are flawed? What happens when the numbers are wrong, the computers are lying, and the people in charge simply don't understand the language of the modern world? We find ourselves in a strange and unsettling landscape. Here, ordinary people, a mother, a postmaster, a teacher, can find their lives dismantled by invisible errors. Sally Clark was a solicitor, a professional woman living a comfortable life in Cheshire. Then tragedy struck. The prosecution's case rested heavily on the testimony of a paediatrician, Professor Sir Roy Meadow. He claimed the chance of 2 children from a family like the Clarks dying of sudden infant death syndrome was 1 in 73 million. The jury, faced with this seemingly scientific certainty, was convinced. But the 1 in 73 million figure was wrong. It was catastrophically, fundamentally flawed. Sally Clark spent more than 3 years in prison, vilified by the press as a child killer. Her conviction was eventually overturned on a second appeal in 2003. Between 1999 and 2015, something strange was happening in Britain's post offices. Sub-postmasters kept reporting inexplicable shortfalls in their accounts. Money was just disappearing. They were relentless, and they had what they believed was irrefutable proof, the data from the Horizon system. Over 700 people were convicted. Many were sent to prison. Reputations were destroyed. Families were torn apart. The truth was that the Horizon system was riddled with bugs and defects. The breakthrough finally came when a computer scientist, Jason Coyne, was brought in to examine the system. The scandal has since unraveled in a series of court cases and a public inquiry. Looking at the cases of Sally Clark, the post office, and the accused teachers, a disturbing pattern emerges. The legal system, a pillar of our society built on precedent and tradition, seems to have a significant blind spot when it comes to science, statistics, and technology. The courtroom becomes a stage where scientific certainty is performed rather than rigorously examined. They are expected to absorb complex technical information in a high-pressure environment and make a life-altering decision. The system puts them in an impossible position, asking them to referee a battle of experts whose language they may not even speak. It seems to grant a cloak of invincibility to anything that sounds scientific or technical, without having the tools to peek underneath and check the workings. The system isn't ignoring science, it's being bewitched by a simplified and often incorrect version of it, leading to a profound and dangerous failure of justice. When the system gets it wrong, it isn't just an abstract failure, it is the destruction of human lives. The post office scandal ruined the lives of hundreds of people. Others were bankrupted, lost their homes, suffered from severe mental and physical health problems. This has a corrosive effect on public trust. When we see a mother convicted by faulty maths or hundreds of workers jailed by a faulty computer program, that faith is shaken to its core. These landmark failures force a moment of reckoning. They tell us that good intentions and ancient traditions are not enough to guarantee justice in the 21st century. The solution must be systemic. It requires better training for lawyers and judges in statistical literacy and digital forensics. The goal is simple: to create a smarter, fairer justice system. One that understands the language of the modern world, and one that ensures the scales of justice are balanced by genuine evidence, not tilted by the invisible weight of bad maths and broken code.